So, going back to the study of the Buddhist teaching, the one of the most important thing is the impermanence, understanding of impermanence. Impermanence means contradictory of permanence. You see the world, you see the trend, you see the phenomena as keep changing. There is like a wave. That's how we look, the Buddhist way to look at the world. Nothing is permanent, impermanence. So everything changes. It is a very critical concept to know the understanding of Buddhism in proper manner with this word, impermanence. When you normally we see the world as a fixed space and time, right? In Isaac Newton's world, everything is having space, time, and it's all has positioned. And that's how we looking at the world in normal way. But some of when you go digging into the reality, digging into to see the detail, more microscopic way, or using the macroscopic way to talk about the universe, microscopic way to looking at the more like an atom or like a quantum level. That's not how it operates. The universe is operating a slightly very different way. The way we're looking at the world is very limited in a sense. The way we look at everything, this is this room exists. I'm in this room. All this concept is based on our perception. But perception can be deceptible. It can be cheated in a sense. What that means is it's just simply saying that's not, let me put it this way, that's not the only way to looking at it. So everything is fixed, everything looks permanent. That is good only when we are in living in this world in common knowledge. So that's nothing wrong about it. Again, that's normal thing, that's natural way we perceive things, but at the same time, you have to know that's limited. There is more. If you're scientifically aware about to going more detail, that's our understanding of this world can be very dynamic. I'm not talking about the science, but that's main thing is our understanding of human understanding is we have to acknowledge that we are limited creature in religious manner. So in Buddhist as a Buddhist, we're accepting that understanding the world is impermanent, in a sense that we are continuously changing. So the basic thing, we are aging, right? You're born in one point. You born as a little baby. You are nurtured and nourished, and you grow up to teenager, go to school, college, and grown up, go to having work for your own success, and many sometimes, and then you form a family or relationship with others, and you become an elderly person, right? And then you're getting older, and then you need more support from others, and at the end you people are getting old, sick, and dying. That's the natural common way of our life, and we are constantly changing our status. Every single step we call yourself different, right? If you think about it, that's the way it is. That's the way our life is. I'm a father of two kids, two beautiful kids, and a wife, and I'm changing my status. When I was single, I have no clue about being a father or being a husband. And once I got married, my status suddenly, in just once, with a snap, that I become my different person. Someone call me a husband. More amazing thing is someone call me a father. I mean, I'm being a father. So no one become a father or giving you that certificate. This is you are the father. No, that's not it. Being a father, I learned, is you have to grow with your kid. The moment you see your child, and then you learn from there to becoming a father. So it is not a given term, that a permanent degree that this is you as a father, but in a sense that you are becoming, you are changing your status in permanent way. So I'm no longer a kid anymore. I'm no longer a little child anymore. I become a mid-aged person now. But that's not my, even not, that is not my intention, but in the nature designed in this way, I become who I am. So the only thing I did is accepting that, just embrace that change, embrace that difference and challenges, and become who I am now. So impermanence is with us every single moment. You are continuously changing it. Again, just throw your example, because I'm a father. I'm very happy to be a father at this moment, but I was not at the beginning. I do not know how to be a father at all. So I do not know how to raise the kid, because the child is, I didn't realize from my childhood, I was being continuously changing also. So my child is, every single day they are changing, they are growing up. So if I'm very stubborn person, just stuck in one concept, in as a being a fatherhood, then I'll be in trouble. I was in trouble actually, because I have to keep up that changing of my my kids are growing. I cannot even keep up that change, because that was so rapid, and it is so dramatic, physically, mentally, and the relation wise, all inclusive. So, for example, when I was out for for business or some services. So I have to spend overnight in other location and come back. So I miss one night. When I come back to my house, these kids are changed. I can I can sense it. They become different, somewhat different, either physically or their behavior. Something changed. You didn't The way you talk to me is different from yesterday. If different from 2 days ago. If you live every single day together, you may not feel. I may not feel that change. I cannot catch that, the delicate change. But if I miss one night, then I can sense it and I feel it. They are different. And the problem is, I have to keep up that change. I have to change myself, my own thought capacity, adapt myself to that growth. If I'm not doing that, I'll be in trouble communicate properly with my kids. And that's the time that we're going to have some issues and conflicts. Isn't it amazing? I that is why I learned this fatherhood very um, amazing way, in a sense. In a same way, we have to look at every single event in our life, in your life. Things are continuously changing, and if you have to able to adapt those changes or challenges. If you can't, then there is some situation you may not be able to um, success. Just straightforward. I can tell you. So being adapted to different things is the must, and that is because the its nature or universe is in being like that, is continuously evolving, continuously changing. Of course, in deep down there is some ultimate unchanged rule. Maybe you can point it out many things, but I'm not talking about that level. I'm talking about this phenomena of our daily life. Those things are nothing we can grasp, saying this is it, unchangeable. There's nothing much thing you can do to point out that is permanent. Even the physical, tangible things, even the concept of your mind is constantly evolving. The way I'm thinking in 30 years ago as a kid, 20 years ago as a young and stupid, person in 20s, when I was that that age, I was young and stupid, I'm telling you. And now are completely different. There's a consistency of who I am, how I form myself throughout all this experience. It's cumulative. However, every single, if you dissect of each time frame, then every single moment is different, and every single moment of your life is very unique, and you you should be uh, aware of that. if you are aware about that impermanence, then you can actually cherish more. You can, you know, cherish each single moment of your life, and you don't stuck with that. If I'm stuck in with 20 years of myself in 20 years ago, then I will not grow to being who I am now, right? So if you wanted to grow up in one way or another, we all have to adopt it. Going back to the current situation, so things are dramatically changing at this time being, right? Everyone is almost forced to adapt yourself. So now they are talking about, things, the world is changing from this point forever. The COVID-19, prior COVID-19 and post COVID-19, right? That's people are talking about it. From now on, there's more technologies is we have to adapt to using this online online things like online conference or other things that can be utilized without actually meeting each other. That's the very new things that I cannot even cope with. I really wish to having classroom with you guys, with one-on-one. I can talk, I can look at your every single of you guys and your reaction. Your Actually, I'm more consider to looking at your eye, so I can tell whether you got it or not. Those are the beautiful things, that I can get connected as a mentor or mentee relation, or teacher or student, or those relationships are very special, and I have to get that go away now. I have to talk to this cell phone by myself and um, acting like I'm talking to you guys. So that's very new thing, but I have to adapt myself, right? So things change, and if you are willing to adapt, then you are evolving, like Charles Darwin's theory of evolutionism. So if I'm not willing to accept that change, then unfortunately we stop that level and we are not evolving at all. So that's in our normal common sense, that's the way it is. However, Buddhism is emphasizing that concept more in depth, looking at the world is impermanent, as well as, more importantly, your own self is impermanent. Not only the physical level, but more into your consciousness level, your own thoughts process, and going deep into your consciousness. Your mind is constantly moving, evolving to different format. So at this point, if you understand this, you got to realize we have to be very carefully taking care of ourselves, our mind, and very subtle. We cannot be too stiff like a stubborn way, but you have to be very soft. Your mind is very soft, easy to adopt like a sponge. When we are young, our mind is more like a sponge, so we can easy to observe all these knowledges. Whatever you saw, you just take it, and you gain your knowledge very rapidly. But once you hit adult age, that kind of changes. Your mindset is kind of fixed and starting to not to accept different things. You're not allowed to enter different ideas. You already have that your own structure of your mind. Whatever it works for you, and you're just using that continuously. It may work for short, a decade or two, but when generation changes, you can sense it. You cannot be like that. You have to be flexible. My experience is like I'm a mid-age 40, at 40, mid-40. So my mindset is not like you guys are younger generations. I'm not millennial. So I do not understand a lot of things not coming from millennial, age. So I have to force myself to be a little bit more flexible, even though I'm not quite comfortable to changing it, change the way I do, the way I thought, the way it works. But I have to put myself a little bit, just hang on. There is something new thing is coming, new era is coming, and I have to see how it works. So that's the way I'm trying to be softer. So your mind have to be you can work out that way. Your mind is not of course it's not a thing, it's not tangible, but if you look carefully yourself with meditation or your contemplation or your religious activity, then you were able to find yourself that one way or another to being more uh, look vividly into your mind. Once you can able to do that, then you're going to cultivate yourself in a sense. You can cultivate yourself into higher level. That's our goal. There's no ultimate point where you're going to be, but the, our goal is to find a way we can cultivate each single of ourselves by your own efforts. Okay, I'm losing my voice, so let me stop here.